Desha Sannavadi
Paschatya Deshatari
Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda
Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi
Gora Bhaktavinda
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Hare Rama Krishna
Yadavaya Namaha
Gopala Govinda Ram
Sri Madhusudanam
Kara Divasala
Pangum Langayate Girim
Yati Bhagavan Mande
Shri Gurum Dinatarinam
Bhavananda Madhavam
Shri Chaitanya Mishra
Hare Datsa
Om Tat Sat.
Srimad Bhagavad Chapter 1, verse 1.
So today we will read from Bhagavad Gita as it is before we start with the compilation of the Sri Krishna Chaitanya book. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate. Okay. Dhritarashtra Vacha
Dhritarashtra Vacha
Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre
Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre
Samaveta Yuyutsavaha
Samaveta Yuyutsava
Mamaka Pandavaschaiva
Mamaka Pandavaschaiva
Kimma Kurvata Sanjaya.
Kimma Kurvata Sanjaya.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada. Dhritarashtra said, O Sanjaya, after my sons and the sons of Pandu assembled in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, desiring to fight, what did they do? Bhagavad Gita is the widely read theistic science summarized in the Gita Mahatmya, bracket, glorification of Gita, end of bracket. There it says that one should read Bhagavad Gita very scrutinizingly with the help of a person who is a devotee of Sri Krishna and try to understand it without personally motivated interpretations. The example of clear understanding is there in the Bhagavad Gita itself, in the way the teaching is understood by Arjuna, who heard the Gita directly from the Lord. If someone is fortunate enough to understand the Bhagavad Gita in that line of disciplic succession without motivated interpretation, then he surpasses all studies of Vedic wisdom and all scriptures of the world. One will find in the Bhagavad Gita all that is contained in other scriptures, but the reader will also find things which are not to be found elsewhere. That is the specific standard of the Gita. It is the perfect theistic science because it is directly spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna. The topics discussed by Dhritarashtra and Sanjaya, as described in the Mahabharata, form the basic principle for this great philosophy. It is understood that this philosophy evolved on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, which is a sacred place of pilgrimage from time immemorial of the Vedic age. It was spoken by the Lord when he was present personally on this planet for the guidance of mankind. The word Dharma Kshetra, bracket, a place where religious rituals are performed, end of bracket, is significant because on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead was present on the site of Arjuna. Dhritarashtra, the father of the Kurus, was highly doubtful about the possibility of his son's ultimate victory. In his doubt, he inquired from his secretary Sanjaya, what did they do? He was confident that both his sons and the sons of his younger brother Pandu were assembled in the field of Kurukshetra for determined engagement of the war. Still, his inquiry is significant. He did not want a compromise between the cousins and brothers, and he wanted to be sure of the fate of his sons on the battlefield. Because the battlefield was arranged to be fought at Kurukshetra, which is mentioned elsewhere in the Vedas as a place of worship, even for the denizens of heaven, Dhritarashtra became very fearful about the influence of the holy place on the outcome of the battle. He knew well that this would influence Arjuna and the sons of Pandu favorably, because by nature they were all virtuous. Sanjaya was a student of Vyasa, and therefore, by the mercy of Vyasa, Sanjaya was able to envision the battlefield of Kurukshetra even while he was in the room of Dhritarashtra. And so Dhritarashtra asked him about the situation on the battlefield. Both the Pandavas and the sons of Dhritarashtra belong to the same family, but Dhritarashtra's mind is disclosed herein. He deliberately claimed only his sons as Kurus, and he separated the sons of Pandu from the family heritage. One can thus understand the specific position of Dhritarashtra in his relationship with his nephews, the sons of Pandus. As in the paddy field, the unnecessary plants are taken out, so it is expected from the very beginning of these topics that in the religious field of Kurukshetra, where the father of religion, Sri Krishna, was present, the unwanted plants like Dhritarashtra's son, Duryodhana, and others would be wiped out, and the thoroughly religious person headed by Yudhishthira would be established by the Lord. This is the significance of the words Dharmakshetre and Kurukshetre apart from their historical and Vedic importance.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. So I saw the Bhagavad Gita on the desk of His Divine Grace,
So I saw the Bhagavad Gita on the desk of His Divine Grace,
and he described that reading the Bhagavad Gita was also important for every preacher.
he also described reading the Bhagavad Gita is also important for the preachers,
Because it gives all the information that people need to spread Krishna consciousness.
because it gives all the information that people need to spread the Krishna consciousness.
So, and I thought I'll read a little bit from the Gita first.
So I thought I would read a little bit from the Gita first.
I'll go ahead with some compilation of the Chaitanya book.
So continuing with the compilation of the Sri Krishna Chaitanya book, today's chapter is entitled, Muslims thought Śrīla Haridāsa Ṭhākura to be a Mohammedan saintly person. Under the section, the glories of Śrīla Haridāsa Ṭhākura, Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Khanda 16.95.
ঠাকুরের অমোঘ বাক্য শ্রবণে নবাবের কাজীর সমীপে তৎপ্রতি অনুষ্ঠেয় আচরণ জিজ্ঞাসা শুনিয়া তাহান বাক্য মূলকের প্রতি জিজ্ঞাসিল এবে কি করিবাইয়া প্রতি।
After hearing Śrīla Haridāsa Ṭhākura's statement, the king asked the Qazi, "Now, what will we do with him?"
The king wanted to hear, since Haridāsa Ṭhākura was determined to chant the name of God,
Thus, the king wanted to hear, since Haridāsa Ṭhākura was determined to chant the names of God.
what did the Qazi want to do?
So, what did the Qazi want to do?
Actually, it seems quite reasonable that Haridāsa Ṭhākura wanted to chant the holy name of Krishna.
Actually, it seems to be quite beautiful that Haridāsa Ṭhākura wanted to chant the names of Krishna.
But the Qazi was determined that he should be punished.
But the Qazi was determined that he should be punished. Shri Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Kanda 16.96.
সৌরপন্থী বৈকুণ্ঠ শব্দনিষ্ঠ জগৎগুরুর ও তৎপ্রচারিত সত্যের বিলোপ সাধনার্থ তদ্বিরুদ্ধে শ্রুতি বিরোধী অসুরের হিংসা অভিযান। কাজী বলে 22 বাজারে বেরিয়ে মারি, প্রাণ লহ আর কিছু বিচার না করি।
The Qazi replied, he should be beaten in 22 marketplace. Take his life in this way, that is my opinion. Purport by His Divine Grace, Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Ṭhākura Śrīla Prabhupada. In the end, the atheist Qazi proposed to the king as follows: let Haridas be beaten in each of the 22 marketplaces within Ambuya Muluka. Then he will die. This is the proper punishment for the sin he has incurred by accepting the behavior of the Hindus and chanting the names of the Hindu god.
So this Qazi was actually an atheist,
So this Qazi was actually an atheist,
because if anyone chants or says the name of God
because if anyone chants or says the name of God
in any language,
in any language,
why should one protest?
why should one protest?
And that they beaten in 22 marketplaces, one cannot survive even 3 marketplaces beating.
So to be beaten in 22 marketplaces, one cannot even survive in 3 marketplaces beating.
So his intention was to kill Haridāsa Ṭhākura,
So his intention was to kill Haridāsa Ṭhākura,
which is something we should, it's not unreasonable that a person is punished for believing God.
So it is unreasonable that a person is being punished for believing in God. Shri Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Kanda 16.97.
আসরিক প্রযত্নের ব্যর্থতা সাধনপূর্বক তৎ অতিক্রমকারী বৈষ্ণবের যোগ ঐশ্বর্য দর্শনে অসুরগণে তৎপ্রচারিত সত্যের মাহাত্ম্য স্বীকার। 22 বাজারে মারিলে যদি জিয়ে, তবে জানি জ্ঞানী সাচ্ছা কথা কয়ে।
If he survives being beaten in 22 marketplaces, then we will understand that he is actually knowledgeable and his words are true. Purport by His Divine Grace, Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Ṭhākura Śrīla Prabhupada. If in spite of being beaten in 22 marketplaces, Haridas remains alive, then we will know that he is truthful and non-duplicitous. And if he dies, then his punishment was proper.
This is the judgment of the Qazi.
So this is the judgment of the Qazi.
Beat him in 22 marketplaces.
Beat him in 22 marketplaces.
If he dies,
If he dies,
judgment is true.
the judgment is true.
If he survives,
And if he survives,
then he's true.
then he is true.
But that is not a reasonable test.
But that is not a reasonable test.
Because Haridāsa Ṭhākura is protected by Krishna,
Because Haridāsa Ṭhākura is protected by Krishna,
we'll see what happens.
So we'll see what happens. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Khanda 16.98.
বৈকুণ্ঠ সৌত সত্য উপাসককে হিংসা অনর্থ অসুরের প্ররোচন ও জনবল প্রয়োগ পায়ে সকলে ডাকি তর্জ করি কয়ে এ মত মারিবে যেন প্রাণ নাহি রহে।
The Qazi then called the gods and sternly ordered them, beat him in such way that he will die. Purport by His Divine Grace Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Ṭhākura Śrīla Prabhupada. The word paika derived from the word padatika means guards or servants. The servant guards were ordered to severely beat Haridāsa Ṭhākura more than needed to make his life air leave the body.
So after the Qadi said if he survives, then his words are true.
So after the Qadi said, if he survives, then his words are true.
He told the executioners to beat him especially hard and that he'll die.
So he told the executioners to beat him especially hard so that he will die. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Khanda 16.99.
বৈকুণ্ঠ সৌত সত্যুপাসককে অসুরে জাতিবুদ্ধি ও তদীয় দেহ হনন দ্বারা তদ উদ্ধার কামনা যবন হইয়া যে হিন্দু আনি করে প্রাণান্ত হইতে শেষে এ পাপ হইতে তরে।
If a Muslim who follows the Hindu religion is killed, then he will be delivered from that sin. Prepared by His Divine Grace Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Ṭhākura Śrīla Prabhupada. The death sentence is proper punishment for Muslims who give up their religion and follow the religion and behavior of the infidel Hindus. There is no sin more grave than for a non-Hindu to accept the Hindu religion. Death is the only atonement for such a sin.
The Qazi is showing his unacceptable behavior.
So the Qadi is showing his unacceptable behavior.
That Haridāsa Ṭhākura has developed faith for the one Lord
That Haridāsa Ṭhākura has developed faith for that one Lord
who is over all religions.
who is over all religions.
But this atheist Qazi wants to kill him
But this atheist Qazi, he wants to kill him
for considering it a just punishment.
for considering it just a punishment.
So, in this way, the world is torn apart by this kind of pedantic understanding.
So in this way, the world is torn apart by this kind of fanatic understanding. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Khanda 16.100.
সত্য বিরোধী কাজীর কথায় সত্য বিরোধী নবাবের আজ্ঞায় অসুরগণের বাস্তব সত্যদ্রোহ পাপী বচনে সে পাপী আজ্ঞা দিল দুষ্ট গণে আসি হরিদাসরে ধরিল।
Instigated by the words of the sinful Qazi, the sinful king gave his order and the miscreant guards arrested Haridāsa Ṭhākura. Referred by His Divine Grace, Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Ṭhākura Śrīla Prabhupada. The sins of those who envy the Vaishnavas are understood to have fully matured. Since the atheist Qazi caused mischief to Haridāsa Ṭhākura, both he and the king were extremely sinful. The guards who arrested Haridāsa Ṭhākura on the order of their sinful masters were also affected by sinful reactions.
In the 10 offenses of the holy name,
In the 10 offenses to the holy name,
offending a devotee or surrender to the holy name
offending a devotee who had surrendered to the holy name
is the worst offense.
is the worst offense.
These king, the executioners, are all implicated in this great offense.
The Qazi, the king, the executioners, they are all committed in this great offense. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Khanda 16.101.
সত্য প্রচার নিষ্ঠ জগৎগুরুকে অসুরগণের 22 বাজার অতি নির্মম ভাবে প্রহার। বাজারে বাজারে সব বেরি দুষ্ট গণে মারে সে নির্জীব করি মহাক্রোধ মনে।
The miscreant gods thereafter took Haridāsa Ṭhākura from market to market and mercilessly beat him. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Khanda 16.102.
কৃষ্ণ এক গতচিত্ত প্রসন্ন আত্মা আকুত ভয় ঠাকুরের বাহ্য ব্যবহারিক সুখ দুঃখ স্মৃতি রাহিত্য। কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ স্মরণ করেন হরিদাস নাম আনন্দে দেহ দুঃখ না হয় প্রকাশ।
Haridas simply remembered the name of
Krishna!
Krishna. On an account of that ecstatic remembrance, he felt no pain.
So, Haridāsa Ṭhākura, he was completely transcendental,
So Haridāsa Ṭhākura, he was completely transcendental.
and therefore he simply remembered the holy name of Krishna.
Therefore, he simply remembered the holy name of Krishna.
And thus, he was in total ecstasy,
And thus he was in total ecstasy,
feeling no pain.
feeling no pain. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Khanda 16.103.
সজ্জন শিরোমণির প্রতি দ্রোহ দর্শনে সজ্জনগণের অশেষ মনোক্লেশ। দেখি হরিদাস দেহে অত্যন্ত প্রহার সজ্জন সকল দুঃখ ভাবের অপার।
The pious people were greatly distressed to see the excessive beating of Haridāsa Ṭhākura. Prepared by His Divine Grace, Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Ṭhākura Śrīla Prabhupada. Hearing and seeing the severe beating and unjustified oppression of Ṭhākura Haridas, saintly persons became extremely distressed. Some of them openly declared, by oppressing the Vaishnavas in this way, the great inauspiciousness will soon fall upon this kingdom. Simply as a result of torturing the Vaishnavas, the world faces various miseries like famine, drought, plague, and war, plague and war.
When Haridāsa Ṭhākura was being beaten,
When Haridāsa Ṭhākura was being beaten,
he prayed to Krishna
he prayed to Krishna
that these gods know not what they do.
So these gods know what they know what they what did they do? Okay. Okay. No, not what they do. Sorry, Guru Maharaj.
Please forgive them.
Please forgive them.
So, because they were, the Haridāsa Ṭhākura paid for their forgiveness.
Because they were, what was that, Guru Maharaj? Sorry.
Because Haridāsa Ṭhākura prayed for their forgiveness.
Because Haridāsa Ṭhākura prayed for their forgiveness.
So, Krishna, he couldn't do anything.
So Krishna, he couldn't do anything.
He was going to kill them
He was
with
going,
the Sudarshan Chakra.
he was going to kill them with his Sudarshan Chakra.
Instead, what he did was he put his back and accepted all the whips.
Instead, what he did, he put his back and accepted all the whips. Gauranga, Haribol. Shri Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Kanda 16.105.
ভক্ত দ্রোহ ফলে সত্য বিশ্বাসী কাহার কাহার মনে ভবিষ্যতে সমগ্র দেশ নাশ বিষয়ে আশঙ্কা কেহ বলে উচ্ছন্ন হইবে সর্বরাজ্য সে নিমিত্তে সুজনেরে করে হেন কার্য
Someone say the entire kingdom will be destroyed because they are torturing such a saintly person.
The public who were truthful and pious,
The public who were truthful and pious,
they were criticizing this torturing of Haridāsa Ṭhākura.
they were criticizing this torturing of Haridāsa Ṭhākura.
This is very inauspicious
This is very inauspicious,
and will bring all kind of bad karma
and it will bring
to the
all
kingdom.
kinds of bad karma to the kingdom. Shri Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Kanda 16.105.
সত্য বিশ্বাসী কাহারাও বা ভক্তদ্রোহী বিনাশ কামনা রাজা উজারির কেও সাপে ক্রোধ মনে মারামারি করিতে উঠে কোন জনে
Someone angrily cursed the king and the Qazi, and someone else was prepared to fight them. Prepared by his divine grace, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Ṭhākura Srila Prabhupada. As a result of the Muslims' misbehavior towards Haridāsa Ṭhākura, the sadhus became most angry and displeased at heart. Some of them mentally cursed the king and his ministers, and some sowed the seed of discontent in order to bring about a revolution in the state.
So, if one sees a Vaishnava Brahman,
So if one sees the Vaishnava Aparat,
he should protest.
he should protest.
And this is being done by the pious people.
And this should be done by the pious people.
This was being done.
This was being done by the pious people. Shri Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Kanda 16.106.
সত্য বিশ্বাসী কাহারো বা পাপী পাইকগণের চরণ ধারণ কেহ গিয়া জবন গণের পায়ে ধরে কিছু দেব অল্প করি মারহ হারে
Another person fell at the feet of the Muslims and said, I'll give you some money if you don't beat him so hard. Prepared by his divine grace, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Ṭhākura Srila Prabhupada, some of them fell at the feet of the Muslims who were mercilessly beating Śrīla Haridāsa Ṭhākura and begged their mercy to spare his life, and some of them tried to stop the beating with bribes.
So people were seeing the merciless beating of Haridāsa Ṭhākura,
So people were seeing the merciless beating of Haridāsa Ṭhākura,
and they tried to stop it in any way.
and they tried to stop it in any way.
This shows how the good people, how they are distressed by this one simple being Haridāsa Ṭhākura.
So this shows how the good people were distressed by seeing the sinful beating of Haridāsa Ṭhākura. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Kanda 16.107.
ভক্তদ্রোহী পাষণ্ডীগণে নিঘৃণ্য পুলিশ কঠোর নির্মম হৃদয় তথাপি দয়া নাহি জন্মে পাপী গণে বাজারে বাজারে মারে মহাক্রোধ মনে
Nevertheless, the sinful gods showed no mercy, and they continued angrily beating Haridāsa Ṭhākura from market to market.
So the executioners
So the executioners
did not slow down.
did not stop down.
They beat Haridāsa Ṭhākura mercilessly
They beat Haridāsa Ṭhākura mercilessly
on every market,
in every market, That's it.
causing tremendous pain to all the pious people.
giving tremendous pain to all the pious people. The executioners did not slow down. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Kanda 16.108.
কৃষ্ণ কৃপা বহি প্রতীত ব্যবহারিক ক্লেশ প্রাপ্তির ছলে অন্তরে পর প্রেমা আনন্দ সুখ কৃষ্ণের প্রসাদে হরিদাসের শরীরে অল্প দুঃখ নাহি জন্মে এতক প্রহারে
By the mercy of Lord Krishna, Haridāsa Ṭhākura felt no pain whatsoever in spite of such heavy beating.
So Haridāsa Ṭhākura being protected by Lord Krishna
So Haridāsa The scriptures explain that Prahlad Maharaj felt no pain when he was mercilessly bitten by the demons. Saraswati Thakur Śrīla Prabhupada. Just as Hiranyakashipu tortured his Mahabhagavata son Prahlad Maharaj in various ways, Bhagavatam 7.5.33 to 53 and 7.8.1 to 13. The sinful Muslims also began to torture Haridāsa Ṭhākura in various ways. But like Bhaktaraj Prahlad, he did not feel a tinge of misery. The quality of tolerance like this is natural for Mahabhagavatas. They are so busy in constantly serving the Supreme Lord that incidents of external world like torture cannot give them any anxiety. That is why Lord Sri Gaur Sundar has stated in Sikshashtaka that only one is more tolerant than a tree is able to glorify the topics of Lord Sri Krishna, not others. If a practitioner is intolerant, then he will not be able to glorify Lord Sri Hari, because we have seen by innumerable cases in this world that persons who are averse to the Supreme Lord have unfairly and unnecessarily attacked the all-auspicious, honest preacher engaged in chanting the names of Lord Sri Hari and have tried to close his mouth, which is engaged in glorifying Lord Sri Hari.
So, just as Haridāsa Ṭhākura,
So just as
Prahlad Maharaj,
Prahlad Maharaj,
he was protected by Lord Krishna
he
and didn't feel the torturing of the demons.
was protected by Lord Krishna and didn't feel the torturing of the demons.
Similarly, like Lord Jesus Christ, he was punished, although he was not sinful.
Similarly, Lord Jesus Christ, he was punished although he was not sinful.
For preaching methods of God consciousness,
So preaching the methods of God consciousness,
the atheistic demons always
the atheistic demons are always are against.
and so sometimes innocent devotees are put to some horrible treatment.
So sometimes we have seen devotees are put into horrible treatments.
But great souls, Mahabhagavats,
But great souls, Mahabhagavats,
like Haridāsa Ṭhākura,
like Haridāsa Ṭhākura,
they survive all these tests.
they survive all this test. Shri Chaitanya Bhagavad, this is a continuation of the purport is there. The sinful society that is intoxicated by pride related with family, caste, wealth, and material education always try to completely stop the glorification of Lord Sri Hari, which is the only absolute truth. Even on the dishonest plea of duplicitously joining the Sankirtan party in name, they silently oppose chanting the holy names, which are Satya Vastu, the absolute truth. Shri Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Khanda 16.110.
অসুরগণের অত্যাধিক প্রহার সত্ত্বেও হরিদাসের বাহ্য ব্যবহারিক ক্লেশ অনুভূতি রাহিত্য। এই মতো যবনে রসেশ প্রহারে দুঃখ না হরিদাস ঠাকুরে।
In the same way, Śrīla Haridāsa Ṭhākura felt no pain as he was mercilessly beaten by the Muslims.
In the same way, like Prahlāda Maharaj felt no pain,
In the same way,
Haridāsa Ṭhākura felt no pain.
in the same way, Prahlāda Maharaj did not feel the pain, felt no pain, Haridāsa Ṭhākura felt no pain. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Kanda 16.111.
সত্য স্বরূপ শ্রী নামাচার্যের স্বয়ং ত্রিতাপ দুঃখ অনুভব দূরে থাকুক, তদীয় নাম স্মরণেই তর নিবৃত্তি। হরিদাস মরেন এই দুঃখ সর্বথা, ছিন্ডে সেই ক্ষণে হরিদাসের কথা।
What to speak of Haridāsa Ṭhākura himself? Even one remembers his activities is immediately relieved of all material miseries. Prepared by his divine grace, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada. What to speak of Thakur Haridas feeling distress due to severe torture? All the distress of even a person who remembers this incomparable tolerance of Haridas Thakur will also be completely destroyed.
Torturing by whipping someone in 22 marketplaces
Torturing by whipping someone in 22 marketplaces
is inconceivable.
is inconceivable.
By remembering how Haridāsa Ṭhākura tolerated all this abuse,
Remembering how Haridas Thakur tolerated all this abuse,
one is freed from all miseries of this material world.
one is freed from all miseries of this material world. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Kanda 16.112.
নিজদ্রোহী সত্য বিরোধী অসুরগণের কল্যাণ কামনা। সবে যে সকল পাপীগণ তারে মারে, তার লাগি দুঃখ মাত্র হবে না অন্তরে।
Rather, Haridas Thakur felt sorry for the sinful gods who were engaged in beating him, and he prayed. Purport by His Divine Grace Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada, for the benefit and deliverance of those sinful offenders who defy the Bhagavad Vaishnavas, the saintly persons consider them candidates for their mercy and feel concerned within their hearts. Such characteristics are also seen in the lives of Jesus Christ and Prophet Muhammad. Guru Maharaj.
Jai Guru Maharaj.
I see Haridāsa Ṭhākura, he had no ill feeling
So we can see that Haridas Thakur, he had no ill feeling
for the executioners.
for the executioners.
Rather, he prayed for their deliverance.
Rather, he prayed for their deliverance. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Kanda 16.113.
নিজ প্রভু কৃষ্ণ সমীপে সত্য বিরোধী অসুরগণের সত্য দ্রোহ অপরাধের ক্ষমাপণ প্রার্থনা। এসব জীবেরে কৃষ্ণ করহ প্রসাদ, মোর দ্রোহে নহ এ সবার অপরাধ।
Oh Krishna, be merciful on these living entities. Forgive their offenses for torturing me. Purport by His Divine Grace, Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada. If one defies the devotees of the Lord, the Supreme Lord becomes greatly displeased. Realizing that the Supreme Lord would be greatly displeased by the torture inflicted on him by the sinful Muslims, Thakur Haridas prayed at the lotus feet of the Lord for their benefit. The devotees of the Lord never pray. Let the minds of the living entities always remain distracted from the service of the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna, as this brings out about their ruination. The Vaishnava Thakurs, who are compassionate to all living entities, never become the cause of others' inauspiciousness.
Although the torturers are very simple,
Although the torturers were very sinful,
nevertheless, Haridāsa Ṭhākura prayed for their deliverance.
nevertheless, Haridāsa Ṭhākura prayed for their deliverance.
Just as Prahlād Maharaj prayed to Lord Nrsimhadev
Just as Prahlad Maharaj prayed to Lord Nrsimhadev
for deliverance of his father.
for the deliverance of his father. Jai. Shri Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Khanda 16.114.
বৈকুণ্ঠ নামাচার্য সৌর্ত সত্য কীর্তনকারী জগৎগুরুর প্রতি পাষাণগণে নির্যাতন এই মতো পাপীগণ নগরে নগরে প্রহার করে হরিদাস ঠাকুরে।
In this way, the sinful gods beat Haridāsa Ṭhākura in the various marketplaces.
So the executioners followed the order of the king
So the executioners
and sinful Qazi.
So the executioners followed the orders of the sinful Qazi
And beat Haridāsa Ṭhākura in 22 marketplaces.
and beat Haridāsa Ṭhākura in 22 marketplaces. Shri Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Khanda 16.115.
আসন্নিগণে নির্দয় প্রহার সত্ত্বেও ঠাকুরের অনুক্ষণ কৃষ্ণ স্মৃতি হেতু বাক্য ব্যবহারিক ক্লেশ অনুভূতি রাহিত্য দৃঢ় করি মানে তারা প্রাণ লইবারে মনোস্মৃতি নাহি হরিদাসের প্রহারে।
They beat him severely in order to kill him, but Haridāsa Ṭhākura was not even disturbed by their beating. Prepared by his divine grace, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada, being bewildered by the waves of thoughts about the external world, the ordinary conditioned souls accept their own flickering mind as the director of all their activities. But since the devotees of the Lord are constantly engaged in the service of Lord Sri Hari, they do not engage their mind in enjoying external material objects. Rather, they do not retain any memory of any material incident or object. In other words, they have completely forgotten all false bodily identification. It is stated, Krishna Nami Prita Jade Udashin Nirdosh Anandamay. They are attached to the holy names of Lord Sri Krishna, indifferent to material objects, faultless and always joyful.
So Haridāsa Ṭhākura and he was so tolerant,
So Haridāsa Ṭhākura, he was so tolerant,
he never felt any negative thing
he never felt any negative thing
towards the executioners.
towards the executioners.
In fact, because he was totally absorbed in Krishna consciousness, he didn't feel anything.
The fact is that because he was totally absorbed in Krishna consciousness, he didn't feel anything. Shri Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Khanda 16.116.
স্ব আসরি প্রযত্নে পরাজয় ও বৈফল্য দর্শনে স্ববিস্ময়ে অসুরগণের চিন্তা ও সত্যস্বরূপ নাম আচার্যের মহাযোগ ঐশ্বর্য দর্শনে তাহাকে অতি মত্ত বুদ্ধি বিস্মিত হইয়া ভাবে সকল জবনে মানুষে প্রাণ কি রহে মারণে।
The Muslims were astonished to see this and thought, can a human being survive after such a beating?
Even the Muslim saying away Haridāsa Ṭhākura was being beaten.
So even the Muslims, seeing the way that Haridāsa Ṭhākura was being beaten,
They were amazed
they were amazed
that he's still surviving.
he's still surviving. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Kanda 16.117.
দুই তিন বাজারে মারিল লোক মারে 22 বাজারে মারিলাম যে ইহারে
If we beat someone in 2 or 3 marketplaces, they die. But we have beaten him in 22 marketplaces. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Kanda 16.118.
মরেও নারো দেখি হাসে ক্ষণে ক্ষণে এ পুরুষ পীর বা সবে ভাবে মনে
They all thought he has not died, and moreover, we see that he is smiling. He is a powerful saint. Is he a powerful saint? Purport by this divine grace, Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Ṭhākura Śrīla Prabhupada. The word Pira, a Farsi word, refers to a Mohammedan saintly person who knows God or a widely respected great personality with extraordinary powers.
Haridāsa Ṭhākura has miraculous survival
So Haridāsa Ṭhākura's miraculous survival
of this extremely excessive punishment
of this extremely excessive punishment
made everyone respect him.
made everyone to respect him. Thus ends the chapter entitled Muslims thought that Śrīla Haridāsa Ṭhākura to be a Mohammedan saintly person. Under the section, the glories of Śrīla Haridāsa Ṭhākura. Śrīla Haridāsa Ṭhākura ki,
Jai.
Śrīla Prabhupada ki, Śrīla Guru Maharaj ki, Nitai Gaur Sitanath Premanande Hari Hari Bol.
Yes, Guru Maharaj.
So Guru Maharaj welcomes you on his virtual book table from Sridhar Mayapur. There is also a physical book table right behind you for only those who are physically present here. And this book table is Guru Maharaj's personal book table. And if you're going to buy some books, Guru Maharaj will sign on that and give you. And you can also send you a sponsorship on the book table behind. So Bhadra Purnima campaign is almost at the end. Minimum 43,000 Srimad Bhagavatam sets to distribute were targeted. Please do pledge yatra wise as well as individually and gradually fulfill the pledge. Your pledges will be announced on this Guru Maharaj virtual table from Sridhar Mayapur. Buy yourself, donate or accept Srimad Bhagavatam sets. Pledge now and pay later. Save a home, save yard. If not every citizen, every house should have a Srimad Bhagavatam set to ensure we save the yard. The following fortunate devotees, yatras participated in the pastime of Guru Maharaj in distributing books today. Pledges included Ramanuja Gopaldas from USA for Srimad Bhagavatam set. Jatila Radhika Devidasi from Mumbai 1 Srimad Bhagavatam. Seshapati Govinda Das from USA 1 Srimad Bhagavatam. Urjeshwari Radha Devidasi from USA 1 Srimad Bhagavatam. Kasinath from Howrah 1 Srimad Bhagavatam. Datta Prakash Sethi from Pune 1 Srimad Bhagavatam. Nitya Nani Gopal Das from Mayapur 1 Srimad Bhagavatam. Ananda Kumar Gudipati from Hyderabad 1 Srimad Bhagavatam. Nitai Premdas from Australia 1 Srimad Bhagavatam. Mautusi Saha from Kolkata 1 Srimad Bhagavatam. Preeti Lalita Devidasi from Kolkata 1 Srimad Bhagavatam. Chitta Hari Krishna Das from Damodar Desh Yatra 1 Srimad Bhagavatam. Ruma Bhairagi from Kolkata 1 Srimad Bhagavatam. Nitya Virajalila Devidasi from Howrah 1 Srimad Bhagavatam. Suraj Hana from Midnapur 4 Bhagavad Gita. Biswajit Samanta from Midnapur 3 Bhagavad Gita. Ati Chandra Nithai Das from Howrah 1 Bhagavad Gita. Sudarshana Brajesh Das from UK 50 small books. Nityananda Ram Das from Chennai 3 Bhagavad Gita. Narahari Gaur Nithai Das from Mumbai 3 Bhagavad Gita. Kalhamsi Lalita Devidasi from Mumbai 3 Bhagavad Gita. Rajiv Khan from Midnapur 2 Bhagavad Gita. Pujarini Sahu from Odisha 1 Bhagavad Gita. Karthik Devnath 1 Bhagavad Gita. Ananga Manjari Priya Devidasi from Nadia 2 Bhagavad Gita. Bubun Mukherjee from Bardwan 2 Bhagavad Gita. Govinda Mandal from Kolkata 1 Bhagavad Gita. Chintya Dev from Bardwan 3 Bhagavad Gita. Radhesham Garai from Howrah 2 Bhagavad Gita. Saurav Bishoy from Midnapur 3 Bhagavad Gita. Lokapalika Radha Devidasi on 17th August 10 Bhagavad Gita and 20 small books. Panchajanya Prabhu. So from Kasadesh we have many devotees. Many devotees have given lots of Srimad Bhagavatam and donations. We have also from Bangladesh, Ashim Das, Chandrapur, Bangladesh donations 2 Bhagavad Gita. Sobana Havaldar, Ghazipur 19 Gita. Nepal Chandra Rai, Dinajpur 1 Gita. Dulal Chandra Rai, Dinajpur 1 Gita. Jayanto Rai, Dinajpur 2 Gitas. Otoshi Das from Kishorganj 1 Gita. Sita Lilamai Devidasi Sylhet 1 Gita. Malika Chitra Devidasi Asham 1 Gita. Adi Adhikari Dinajpur 1 Gita. Anamika Rani Das Barisal 1 Gita. Dheera Induleka Devidasi Barisal 1 Gita. And Doro Nikanta Rai donation by 1 Gita. And Balachandra Channa Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi Balavrinda 2 small books. So Guru Maharaj is distributing 437 more big books, 72 small books, a total of 509 Srila Prabhupada Transcendental book, including 17 Srimad Bhagavatam set. Srila Prabhupada Transcendental book distribution ki jai. These devotees get a special Narasimha Puja few hours from now in Sridhar Mayapur. All of you devotees also please bless them by calling out Nitai Gauranga. Please pass on this wonderful opportunity of participating in the pastime of Guru Maharaj. Very few days left for the Bhadra Purnima, either by offering at least a single Bhagavad Gita or 1 Bhagavatam set or Chaitanya Charitamrita, little small books. And you can contact anytime the Guru Maharaj's virtual table at +91 94 34 76 04 2022090702. Stay tuned for tomorrow's Lord Chaitanya class. Let's pray for all those who are celebrating their anniversaries today for their well-being and blissful Krishna consciousness. Let's pray together. Please chant along with me. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So those who are coming to receive blessings, those physically present, push your hand and feel the glass and bring your head slowly. Don't bang your head on the glass. Guru Maharaj feels the pain. जो भी यहाँ पर आशीर्वाद लेने के लिए आ रहे हैं, अपने हाथ से शीशा को महसूस करें, उसके बाद अपने सिर को धीरे से लाए, आशीर्वाद ले जाए. अगर आपका सिर जो है ग्लास से टकराता है तो गुरु महाराज को दर्द होता है.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Before we start the blessings, there are some devotees from Malaysia here. We have our mother Shanti Rupa here. Hare Krishna Mataji. Brinda Maharani Mataji. We have Rasanath Prabhu, Madhuri Tulasi Mataji. Yeah, you can start. They can come here. They become for. Yeah. Okay. Stand in line, huh? Okay. Come, Rasanath Prabhu and family and Ekatma Madhav Prabhu from Kuala Lumpur. Yeah. Haribol, go to the side. They are from Malaysia. Ekatma Madhav Prabhu, Rasanath Prabhu. I'm just getting ready. From Malaysia. Okay, please.
Prabhavati from Trivandrum is here.
Don't sit. Don't sit.
Yeah, you can give me the mala. I am coming there.
Don't sit.
Okay, one more devotee. One more devotee from, she is getting initiated, Guru Maharaj, on the 9th. Okay. Bangla announcements. Oh, Jatila Mataji, where is she? Oh, Hare Krishna, Hari Bol. Happy birthday. I thought you are here in Mayapur. Anyway, you are here right now. Guru Maharaj is giving you birthday blessings.
Hello.
Hari Bol. Krishna Matirastu. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Jai Radha Gopinath. Hare Krishna. We have our Sham Gopika Mataji here. Hari Bol. Ranjana Revati Mataji. Hare Krishna. Okay.
হরে কৃষ্ণ শুধু গৌর ভক্তমণ্ডলী, আপনারা কেউ গ্লাসে এসে মাথা ঠেকাবেন না, আস্তে করে হাত রাখবেন গ্লাসে এবং গুরু মাস্টার কাছ থেকে আশীর্বাদ নেবেন আপনারা. হরি বল.
Did you tell Guru Maharaj? I told you to work there.
Meanwhile, we have a shelter ceremony.
Only one
devotee.
From New Year, online.
No, online. So as a blessing, then they do the shelter ceremony. Are you okay with that? Okay. So we have a shelter ceremony right now. Okay. The online, only online now, shelter. Okay. Preeta Shiva from New Jersey. Hare Krishna Mataji. So please unmute yourself. Hare Mata, careful.
Hare Krishna. Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
গ্লাসে মাথা ঠেকাবেন না, আপনারা জাস্ট হাত দিয়ে আপনার গুরুমাদের কাছ থেকে আশীর্বাদ দিবেন এবং আস্তে আস্তে আপনারা আসবেন, কারণ গ্লাসে অনেক শব্দ হচ্ছে.
Okay, Mataji, as we are chanting the mantras, please repeat after us. Okay. Nama Om.
Nama Om.
Vishnupadaya.
Vishnu Prashtaya
Bhutale.
Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale
Srimate Jayapataka
Srimate Jayapataka
Swaminiti Namine
Swamin iti namine
Nama Acharya Padaya
Nama Acharya Padaya
Nitai Kripa Pradaine
Nitai Kripa Pradaine
Gaura Katha Dhamadaya
Gaurakata Damadaya
Paragramatarine.
Ramadayine.
Nama Om Vishnupadaya.
Nama Om Vishnupadaya.
Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale.
Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale.
Srimate Bhaktivedanta.
Srimate Bhaktivedanta
Swaminiti Namine.
Swamin iti namine.
Namaste Saraswate Deve.
Namaste Saraswati Deve.
Gauravani Pracharine.
Gauravani Pracharine.
Nirvishesha Sunyavadi.
Nirvisesha Shunyavadi.
Paschatya Deshatarine.
Paschatya Deshatarine.
Esa Pushpanjali.
Ali.
Śrīla Jayapataka Swami Gurave Namaha.
Rupe Namaha.
Okay, Mataji. From 6. So get ready for initiation. Make sure you fulfill all your requirements. Check the full what is checklist. Yeah, office. Yeah, and give your name to the JPS office. Srivatsa Prabhu has all the details to Maharaj. If we have Venudari Kanaya.
Yeah, he only.
Okay, Hari Bol. Okay, Hare Krishna, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Venudari Prabhu இருக்கீங்க நல்லா இருக்கீங்களா? Hare Krishna. Oh, we have Nandalala Prabhu is also there. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpataru bhascha kripa sindhubhe vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Bol.